This is the voice of Radio Free Kosova, brought to you by the Albanian League of Prizren. This week, part one of a two-part series dealing with the historical relations of Albanian with other languages. Through the centuries, every language has come into contact with different languages as a result of the historical relations between the people that spoke it and other peoples. During its historical evolution, the Albanian language has had relations with a series of other languages. These relations, which have left their mark on the vocabulary of our language, are a natural consequence of the contacts of our ancestors with other peoples. As is known, during the many centuries of their history on their territory in the Balkans, our people have had contacts, sometimes protracted and sometimes relatively brief, with various peoples. These contacts include not only our people's peaceful relations with the neighboring peoples, but also their ceaseless resistance to various invaders who have tried to subjugate and assimilate our people. The relations of our people with their neighbors and various invaders who have replaced one another during the centuries have left many traces in the vocabulary of our language, and here and there in some syntactical constructions. Nevertheless, the phonetic system and the morphological structure of our language have resisted foreign influences and have developed in full conformity with the intrinsic laws of its historical evolution. Thanks to these intrinsic laws of its historical evolution within the phonetic system, the morphological structure and the syntactical structure of the Albanian language, along with several inherited characteristics which are encountered in other Indo-European languages too, other features have developed which are characteristic of this language alone, or which are quite obviously internal developments of the language, although one or two of them can be encountered in some other Indo-European languages, especially of the Balkan region. Suffice it to mention, as an example, the formation of two classes of adjectives, with and without the definite article, such as imir and trim, a feature characteristic of the Albanian language alone. Another characteristic feature of the Albanian language is the formation of the advertive mood, with a type of structure not found in any other Indo-European language. The lexical borrowings which the Albanian language has taken from other languages or has inherited from its mother, the Illyrian language, have been adapted to the rules of the phonetic system and grammatical structure of our language, undergoing such great changes through the centuries that, in many cases, only etymological studies can discover their foreign origin. Compare, for example, the borrowings presh, leek, moken, moker, millstone, and so on, with the corresponding ancient Greek words prason, makana, and so on, or the borrowings unj, emta, miek, etc., with the corresponding Latin words avunculus, amita, medicus, etc. Concerning the historical relations of Albanian with other language, it is necessary to make a clear chronological stratification. In this way, it becomes possible to distinguish the traces of the relations which Albanian has had with other languages since the time of its formation between the 4th and 6th centuries of our era, from the traces of the relations this language has inherited from its mother, Illyrian. For example, the borrowings from ancient Greek and Latin, which have entered up into the 6th century of our era, in fact are not borrowings of the Albanian language itself. They have penetrated directly into the mother of the Albanian language, Illyrian, and through it have survived in the Albanian language. As has been pointed out, these ancient borrowings have undergone many changes in their phonetic and morphological characters. In general, these changes are similar to those undergone by the Albanian words from the Indo-European source, and this is clear evidence that from the time they were borrowed, they have been handed down from generation to generation through the mouths of Albanians. Historical linguistics pointed out long ago that the borrowings from ancient Greek in their Albanian language have their source in the Dorine dialect that penetrated into Illyrian either through the Greek colonies on the Adriatic and Ionian coasts, such as Lissus, Epidamnos, Apollonia, Buthroton, and so on, or through their border zones in the south. Historical linguistics has made clear also that among the Latin borrowings in Albanian, there's a very ancient stratum which penetrated into Illyrian before the present era. These facts, which are now accepted worldwide, are further clear evidence proving that the long contacts between the ancestors of the Albanians on the one hand and the ancient Greeks and Romans on the other occurred precisely in the territories inhabited by our ancestors, the Illyrians. This and many other linguistic, archaeological, historical, and ethnographic facts are clear evidence of a continuous presence of the ancestors of the Albanians on the eastern shores of the Adriatic and part of the Ionian Seas, at least since ancient historical times. Consequently, the hypothesis, defended by some foreign scholars, that the ancestors of the Albanians migrated to the eastern shores of the Adriatic and Ionian Seas in relatively recent times is left with no linguistic, historical, or archaeological support. However, the thesis about the early presence of our ancestors on our present territories appears to be in contradiction with the recognized fact that the Albanian and Romanian languages have a number of ancient words in common. Most of these are words which belong to a period more ancient than the contacts of these two languages with the Slavonic and the Balkans. They include the words mal, mountain, which means riverbank in Romanian, prua, stream, peru in Romanian, buz, lip, gush, throat, nepurka, viper, nepurka in Romanian, ibartha, which means white. In Romanian, bars means stork. Now, the presence of these ancient words in both Albanian and Romanian has been used by some foreign scholars as evidence which allegedly proves that the ancestors of the present-day Albanians formerly inhabited more easterly territories, where they lived as neighbors with the ancestors of the Romanians. In fact, the presence of these ancient words in Albanian and Romanian is clear evidence of early lexical coincidences between Albanian and Romanian. And moreover, historical linguistics has already proved that there are ancient coincidences between Albanian and Romanian of a grammatical character too, such as the placing of the definite article, adjectives, and some other modifiers after the respective nouns. But these ancient coincidences prove nothing about the allegedly relatively late migration of these ancestors of the Albanians from more easterly parts of the Balkans to the eastern shores of the Adriatic and Ionian Seas. This concludes part one of our two-part series on the history of the Albanian language as it relates to other languages. Next week, we continue with part two. For now, though, let's continue with some more of our wonderful Albanian music. You've been listening to the Voice of Radio Free Kosovo, brought to you by the Albanian League of Prizren. We welcome your comments on these programs. Our address is The Voice of Radio Free Kosovo, JAF Box 781, New York 10116. And if you'd like to receive a 90-minute cassette containing 2 programs, send $12.50 in check or money order to The Voice of Radio Free Kosovo, JAF Box 781, New York 10116. Please specify the dates of the programs. And once again, this program is brought to you each week by the Albanian League of Prizren. For information on the League, you can write the Albanian League of Prizren, Post Office Box 227, Portchester, New York, 10573. That's P.O. Box 227, Portchester, New York, 10573. Or you can call the League at 914 area code 937-5760. Thank you for listening. This is the Voice of Radio Free Kosovo.